And we'll start with Tyler.
Hey Sal, good morning. How you doing today?
Good morning. I'm doing good.
Excellent. Last Saturday was the first time in a while where five offensive linemen stayed on the field series after series after series and played extended snaps together. How did that feel to have that kind of, I guess, continuity from quarter one until you guys started ahead of the sideline with the score out of hand?
I mean, it really don't matter who's in. You know, all the guys that have played, that's rotated in, we all trust each other the same amount. So no matter who's in, it really feels the same when we're playing. Like I don't really feel a difference whether one player is in versus another. So it really don't really make a difference.
Tyler.
Sure, I'll go ahead again. We've now gotten a chance to see Drew with two different starts now. I asked you about him after the game, but after you guys had a chance to watch some film on Sunday, what stood out to you about what he was able to accomplish at left tackle on Saturday?
That man was fighting. He was fighting all game. He was using extensive amount of effort, more than he usually does. And he has that drive, like to finish blocks, push people down the ball. So that's what really stood out to me, at least.
Donnie Collins. Donnie, you there?
I'm here.
No
Sorry
worries.
about that.
No worries.
Yeah. Sal's coach said a couple of times the last few weeks that there's been situations at the end of some of these games where he'd like to get some of you guys out, but can't because of some of the injuries and depth situations. Is there anything you guys can do? I'm sure everybody's banged up to a certain degree at this time of year, but is there anything you could do during the week to kind of take care of yourselves on game day, make sure you're as fresh as you can be for the following week?
Just doing more treatment to the body, you know, more ice tubs, massages, doing treatment in the morning, keeping your body warmed up so it don't get stiff and start locking up. You know, it just really takes it really makes you focus more on your recovery aspect during the week and really showing how important that actually is.
Andrew.
Hey Sal, I wanted to kind of expand on what Tyler was asking about the freshmen, but looking at the freshman class as a whole, not just the line group, but looking at the freshman class as a whole, how do you how do you look at them and look at where the successes they've had, and I guess where do they stand in your mind in terms of how they've done? How would you grade them? I guess is what I'm asking as a class.
I think this freshman class has done excellent. You know, they came in, all the guys that's been playing, the running backs, linebackers, Drew on the O line. But all those guys that came in, they all have taken notes from the older heads that's been on the team. Like they never came in on saying they're better than somebody or just trying to do things their way. They came in, adapted to the program, believed in the culture, believed in what the older guys were telling them about themselves, and now they're playing to the to the potential that a lot of guys saw for themselves before they saw it in themselves.
Daniel.
So what's it like to play next to Bryce Effner? What makes him, able to hold his own as a right tackle, and what makes him the type of player that can play almost anywhere on the line, it feels like.
Bryce is very knowledgeable. Like he knows what he's doing. He knows what plays. He asks a lot of questions in meetings. So if we get this type of look, what should he be expecting so he can call it out for me when we're in games? He makes a lot of calls for me. Like when he sees something, he'll say it so I know what's going on or what's coming. And it just helps out to have that trust in the guy so you can move him around and know that he knows what he's going to do at that position and at other positions.
Donnie.
Sal, what has Juice meant to you as a leader and as just as a center, kind of getting you guys in the right spot before the snap?
Yeah, Juice is really like the center point of the O line. You know, oldest guy. We all believe in him. Got extensive amount of trust in him, as we see it on the film. Like the guy is really good at his position. So just having that centerpiece who's making them right calls, always putting you in the right positions, and then he also played guard too. So when he sees something I'm not doing right or that I can fix, he tells me, helps me work on that. So I'm getting better at the end of the day too. So his overall leadership has definitely, I think, has also been a key factor in the O-line, having that one guy that everybody is listening to and got the complete trust in.
Tyler?
Sal, you talked about listening to Juice. He told us last week after practice during a media session that that wasn't really a natural thing for him, especially early on in college, to have his voice out there like that, to be someone that other teammates are turning to. Did you notice a point in the last couple seasons where he kind of stepped into that and it became more natural? Because he said it was something he had to overcome.
Yeah, yeah. When I first got here, Juice wasn't a very like he talks a lot, but as an open, like loud person, that wasn't Juice or his character. He's more laid back, chill. So as like, especially these years going as he was playing more and he started getting them higher roles and people start trusting him more, like he kind of had to change himself into that leadership role as he knew he was a leader and take more initiative and being louder, talking more, you know, getting the group, getting the guys together and stuff like that. So he's definitely been working on his leadership responsibilities and it's been helping.
Daniel?
What kind of example does that set for, the rest of the offensive linemen, the rest of the team, the younger guys, when there is someone like Juice in his position and everyone can kind of see him, putting in that work in that aspect of the game? How does that kind of, I guess, rub off on everybody else?
It sets the standard right for the incoming freshmen on what a winning person looks like. Like there's a lot of guys a lot of old heads on the team like that. Jair Brown, Sean Clifford, Juice. Like there's a lot of guys that they show what consistency in your preparation, your effort, your recovery, how you prepare, how you take care of your body, how you eat. Like they all show great examples of what can happen when you do those things, and you can see at the high level that they're playing at. So it gives all the young guys something to look forward to, and seeing that all the work they're putting in is eventually going to lead to something great.
Donnie?
Sal, why is Jair such a good leader for the whole team?
He's very vocal, very passionate. Like when he talks, everybody listens and everybody understands that when he's saying this, like he really means this. Like he's not saying it just to please anybody, or like he's saying it because he feels like it's important for the team. So having a vocal guy like that and somebody that, of course, proves himself on the field, shows that he's dominant. Like just having that figure on the team helps boost morale, helps boost confidence, and all other things.
Tyler?
We've talked about you guys taking some hits with depth on the offensive line, and we've recently seen Ian Harvey and Jim Fitzgerald, freshman walk-on, traveling to play at Indiana, playing again last week. What have those guys been able to do? Because I know a lot of their weekly duties are on scout team. How have you seen them also prepare to be playing on offense on game days as first-year walk-ons?
They ask a lot more questions now in meetings because of things. So they ask a lot more questions now. They're way more intuitive of what they actually got to do, how the plays work, and stuff like that. So they're starting to take on a more direct approach, I guess. Like they're starting to really focus in on things more because those are guys that are on the D squad.
Daniel?
What's it like on the sideline, as a veteran, as a guy who's been around for a while, when you get to see those walk-ons get the opportunity to play, that, you look out there and you see Ian and Jim, what's that like on the sideline for the O-line group?
It just puts a smile on your face when you see Ian, Jim, any of them young guys go in. It's like, okay, they finally get to go out there and play. Let's see what they can do. Let's see if they really ready. And it really on the sideline, if you hear when a newer guy gets in, the whole sideline goes crazy. It's like nothing but excitement, nothing but like we just want him to go out there and play because I know he want to go out there and play too.
Donnie?
Now that team formation that you guys have had success out of, what's made that work in recent weeks, and what's your is that a fun system to a fun play for the offensive line to kind of do? Is that kind of old school offensive line stuff for you guys?
I mean, it's just I feel like all groups work together and like we all work together well. Tight ends with the O line, running backs and the QBs, wide receivers coming in and blocking too. I think that all plays a factor of why everything is working so well. And for me personally, it really don't matter what system we run in. I just run the plays and get the job done.
Tyler.
Sorry, I think I'm good now. It's always tough to ask offensive linemen about running backs right after the game. I think it's a little bit easier now that you've watched the film, seen what the production looked like. How would you evaluate, maybe describe the play you got out of those two freshman running backs again on Saturday?
I would describe like Nick, after watching the game, Nick's vision has gotten incredibly better. His patience, hitting the holes better instead of trying to force a play. I think that has increased tremendously. And Katron, he just runs the ball hard. He always had that vision, knowing where to go, being patient, and hitting the hole hard. So I think that game really shows that we have two backs that are learning as the season go on and still have much to learn from. And their potential is extremely high.
Daniel.
Sal, your bio on the team roster says that you're born in Newark, a Jersey guy. Do you still have connections there? I know you played high school football in Delaware, but it doesn't mean anything to go back to Rutgers and to play in New Jersey.
I mean, I got family there, some friends there. That's about it. I mean, I don't really feel nothing special about playing Rutgers in Jersey, to be honest. It's just another team. I'm just more happy to see some of my family that's coming to the game. But other than that, it's the same thing week out.
Yeah, that's more along the lines of what I was asking about, having the family support there. Does that mean, something to you to, be at least close to home like that?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. Because of course, with that being a home game, I'm from Jersey, so I have a lot more family members there. They can't make it to some of the games that's farther away or at Penn State. So having them be able to come to the game, that's exciting. I get to see some family members I haven't seen in a couple of years. So that's good.
Donnie.
So a couple of weeks ago, Bryce Seffner said that there was a play against Auburn where Nick Singleton ran past him and it sounded like a train going by. Do you have any kind of story like that or any kind of moment that really made you think, wow, these two guys are a little bit different as backs just from seeing them up close?
I don't got that same experience. I got a couple of plays where I felt Nick or Katron hitting me in the back and propelling us about 5-10 yards forward for extra 5 to 10 yards. So I think that for me stood out. Like, these guys are powerful. They run hard and low, and they go on. They're fighting for yardage no matter how the play is turning out. So I think that's the only thing I really got.
Daniel.
James has said that he wants to protect Vanga's red shirt, so he can keep him at the 4-game threshold. But it seems like he's someone that we might be able to see in these next couple of games. What can fans expect to see from Vanga? If he's out there on the line, and how have you seen him come along this freshman year?
I think you should expect to see the same thing you've been seeing from the rest of the guys on his line unit. Just being physical, being knowledgeable on the ball, not making dumb mistakes, just being just a dependable lineman in my eyes. So he's very physical, strong hands. He's a strong guy for a freshman. So yeah, I think that's what you're gonna see.
Any other questions for Sal? Nope. All right. Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Sal.
Thanks, Sal.
Have a good one.
No problem.